The sun is up. The sky is blue. It's beautiful and so are you. Good morning, children. As soon as you trust yourself, you will know how to live. How are you all? I hope you all are doing well. Today is the day to learn something new. Welcome back, children. Every day is a new beginning. Take a deep breath, smile, and start again. So, we will start with a new chapter. Storage device and media. Hard drives. They are thin discs of metal coated with magnetic material. They have a very large storage capacity up to 1 TB. Data is stored inside a hard drive on rotating metal or glass discs called platters. Fixed hard drive. A hard drive built into the cabinet of a computer is known as fixed. Almost every computer has a fixed hard drive. Next, we will be learning about portable hard drive. A portable hard drive is one that is placed into a small case along with some electronics that allow the hard drive to be accessed using a USB or similar connections. Next is magnetic tape. Magnetic tapes are used where large amount of data need to be stored. Tape drives are not the fastest form of data storage. A typical use is for data backup, which is used rarely or accessed only in an emergency. Removable media magnetic disk. Firstly, we will learn about floppy disk. A floppy disk is a small magnetic disk enclosed in a square plastic enclosure. It is a low capacity 1.44 MB storage medium. It is used for transferring small amounts of data between computers or to back up small files, etc., replaced by higher capacity technology such as CD-ROM, DVD, and USB memory sticks. Next, we will learn about zip disk. This is a removable and portable storage medium similar in appearance to a floppy disk but with a much higher capacity 100 MB, 250 MB or 750 MB. Next, we will learn about jazz disk. This is a removable and portable storage medium based on hard drive technology with a large capacity 1 GB or 2 GB. Next, we will learn about optical storage device and media. Optical disk storage uses tiny pits etched on the surface of circular disc to store information. Optical storage device save data as patterns of dots that can be read using light. A laser beam is the usual light source. Next, we will learn about read-only optical disc. Read-only optical discs have data written on them when they are manufactured. This data cannot be changed. Next, we will learn about CD-ROM, compact disc read-only memory. CD-ROM can hold around 800 MB of data. DVD-ROM, digital versatile disc read-only memory. DVD-ROM disc can hold around 4.7 GB of data. DVD-ROM are used in the same way as CD-ROM. Next, we will learn about high capacity optical disc. Firstly, we will study about Blu-ray. It is a recent replacement for DVDs. A Blu-ray disc can hold 25 to 50 GB of data and is used in the same way as DVD-ROMs are used. Next is HD DVD. High density DVD, HD DVD disc can hold around 15 GB of data. Next, we will learn about recordable optical disc. Recordable optical disc can have data written on them by a computer user using a special disk drive. CD-R and DVD-R. CD recordable CDR and DVD recordable DVD-R. Disc can have data burned on them, but it cannot be erased. You can keep adding data until the disk is full, but you cannot remove any data or reuse a full disk. CD-RW and DVD-RW. CD rewritable CD-RW and DVD rewritable DVD-RW disc, unlike CD-Rs and DVD-Rs, can have bond on them, and it can also be erased so that the disc can be reused. Next, we will learn about solid state device and media. Solid state storage devices are based on electronic circuits with no moving parts. Solid state storage devices store data using a special type of memory called flash memory. Flash memory can be found in many data storage devices. USB drives. Each of the small devices have some flash memory connected to a USB interface. You can plug it into your computer and it appears as a drive. You can then transfer data on it. You can use it to move any type of file between computers. Memory cards. Many of our digital device, cameras, mobile phones, MP3 players, etc. require compact non-volatile data storage. Flash memory cards provide this and come in a variety of shapes and size. SIM cards. Subscriber identity module. SIM card that contains the phone numbers, text messages, etc. Many phones also have extra memory cards called tiny micro SD cards to store music, video, phones, etc. Smart cards. Cards with flash memory are called smart cards. Many credit cards, door, entry cards, satellite TV cards, etc. have replaced the very limited storage of the magnetic strip with flash memory. This is more reliable and has a much larger storage capacity. I hope students you have understood the chapter well. Rule of success. Never lose hope and keep on working. Bye. Take care. Thank you. Just keep your heart beautiful and rest will fall into place. Simple. Good morning, my dear kids. Hello, how are you all doing today? Hope you all are doing well. Work hard, be kind, and amazing things will happen. Welcome to my class, students. Today, we will be starting with a new chapter. Our new topic is computer hardware. Computer hardware is the physical components that a computer system requires to function. A computer is a system of many parts working together. The term hardware refers to the physical components of your computer, such as the system unit, mouse, keyboard, monitor, etc. The main hardware components are as follows. System unit. The system unit is a rectangular box placed on or under your desk. Inside this box are many electronic components that process information. The most important of these components is the central processing unit or microprocessors and random access memory. Almost every other part of your computer connects to the system unit using cables. The cables plug into specific ports, typically at the backside of the system unit. Hardware that is not a part of the system unit is sometimes called a peripheral device or device. Peripheral device. A computer needs only CPU and some RAM, but a computer like this would not be of much use to anybody. Other devices need to be connected to allow data to be passed in and out of the computer. These devices are not part of the core of the computer. Extra devices which are connected externally or internally to the computer system unit are peripheral devices. They are usually categorized into input devices, output devices, and storage devices. Input devices. These are devices that pass data into the computer. For example, a keyboard, a mouse, and a webcam. Output devices. These are devices that take data from the computer. For example, a monitor, a printer, and a speaker. Next is secondary storage. Secondary storage is the name for all of the devices apart from ROM and RAM that can store data in a computer system. For example, a hard drive, a CD-ROM, and a USB memory stick. The data enters the computer through input devices, gets processed and stored in the system unit, and is then displayed via output devices. Next, we will learn about inside the system unit. The system unit consists of the following components: central processing unit, motherboard, random access memory that is RAM, hard drive, optical disk drive, and power supply unit. Central Processing Unit CPU. It is sometimes called the brain of the computer, and its job is to carry out commands. Whenever you press a key, click the mouse, or start an application, you are sending instructions to the CPU. The CPU is usually plugged into a large socket on the main circuit board, the motherboard of computer. It gets very hot when it is operating, so it usually has a large fan attached to its top to keep it cool. The CPU is made up of two parts: control unit and arithmetic logic unit. Control unit. The control unit supervises the flow of data and results within the CPU. It checks the overall functions of the computer. Arithmetic logic unit. This part of CPU performs mathematical and logical operations. Motherboard. The motherboard is the main circuit board of the computer. It is a thin plate that holds the CPU memory connectors for the hard drive and optical drives, expansion cards to control the video and audio, as well as connections to the computer ports such as the USB ports. The motherboard connects directly or indirectly to every part of the computer. Next component is random access memory, that is RAM. RAM is a memory container for programs that are currently running and data that is being processed. Whenever the computer performs calculations, it temporarily stores the data in the RAM until it is needed. This short-term memory disappears when the computer is turned off. Usually, RAM can hold millions of bytes of data, so you will see capacities measured in megabytes, MB, or 1 million bytes, gigabytes, that is GB, or 1 billion bytes. Hard drive. The hard drive is the data center of the computer. This is where the software is installed, and it is also where your documents and other files are stored. The hard drive is a long-term storage, which means the data is still saved even if you turn the computer off or unplug it. Most hard drives are hard disk drives which store data on a magnetic platter. Some computers now use solid state drives, also called flash hard drives. These are faster and more durable than hard disk drives, but they are also more expensive. Optical disk drive. This is also called a CD-ROM, DVD-ROM, or Blu-ray drive. This allows the computer to read or write to CDs, DVDs, or Blu-ray discs. Last is power supply unit. The power supply unit in a computer converts the power from the wall outlet to the type of power needed by the computer. It sends power through the cables to the motherboard and other components. I hope students you understood the topic. Bye. Take care. Thank you.